Everybody in the musical community has always looked up to Andre 3000 from the standpoint of being a dope entertainer, being jovial, being creative. He did Caroline, Caroline. He did all that, right? Before Wayne was singing on the track, before Drake, before any of these rappers that's singing, before any of them, their lies, Andre 3000. So everybody's just like, yo, that's top five. Who you got your top five? I got Nas, I got Jay-Z, I got so-and-so, I got Drake. How you ain't got no 3 stacks? Oh, yeah, you right. 3 stacks is a bad one. I got 3 stacks, Drake, right? We've been doing that for 20 years. For this man to come out with a Flute album, Petty Man. I love it. Man. Welcome. Welcome to the Mad Lucrative Podcast. I'm the host, the one and only Magneto 7 in the building. I'm him. Welcome to episode, what is this? Episode 111. Thank you. So, I was trying to let some more people come into the room, but we about to get straight to it. I've had a wonderful week. Hopefully, I have had a wonderful week. This is a Saturday pod. Y'all know I try to keep it light on Saturdays. Y'all know I try to gear it up. When Tuesday come, I'm getting it up. Wednesday, my bad, because if you're watching this on YouTube, it's on Wednesday. So when Wednesday come, I'm giving it up, right? Business, bars. Saturday, I try to lighten up a little bit. We have a little bit of fun. I go back and forth with people in the chat. I talk to people in the super chat on YouTube. Shouts out to Tydrina in the building. Hold on, let me give you that. Hold on. I gotta wait. There it is. We got E in the building. What up? Jennifer in the building. And who we got over here? We got Val. And we got some more people. I think Jar in the building. What up? Digital Thunder. What up? So, like, again, weekends I try to have some fun. I try not to be so Republican-y. I be real Republican-y during the week, right? But, yo, I'm disappointed by a lot of what's going on. I did say I was going to get to it first, but y'all know I got to pay the bills first. We got to pay the bills. So I got to bring this up. Bam. Y'all see that right there. Right there. Oh, she's beautiful, ain't she? Y'all can cop this right here on my TikTok shop. This is a pivot. It's a pivoting tripod where if you got, it's just you. Let's do this. Let's set up a scenario. If it's just you alone in the room, just me and you. Well, it's just you and you. You and you. You don't know what you're going to do. And then you got I got to record. But I'm walking over here. I got to set the camera right here. Nope. You ain't got to do that no more. If you get this right here, the camera will follow you. And it'll record, horizontal and vertical. No, vertical and horizontal. It's good. It's dope. I actually used it on some new content I'm about to start putting out, and it's fire. It's smooth, it's fire, and it's cheap. It's cheap. Well, I won't say cheap because cheap has a bad. When anybody tells me something is cheap, I'm like, like dollar store cheap, like Family Dollar cheap. Like, it's not cheap like that. Like, from the standpoint of a bad piece of product, but it's cheap from the standpoint of it's very affordable. It's affordable. We'll say that. So, again, welcome. Y'all see me trying to stall on talking about Diddy. I love Puff. Y'all know that. From some of his business acts, I love Puff for his energy that he's brought to the music business. Who was the first person that we ever saw? I know I'm 40 now, right? I'm 40. Who was the first person that we ever saw on TV that was black that made somebody, a group of people, walk to the Cheesecake Factory? I'm just saying. Puff said, you know what? I want some cheesecake. And it's about 1 o'clock in the morning. I want you niggas to walk in and get me some cheesecake. That's more of like a Cat Williams voice. That was Cat Williams' voice. Yo, go get the cheesecake. Go get the cheesecake, son. You know, yeah, take that, right? He was the first CEO that was, thank you, Jennifer. She said, turn the light on. The live light ain't on. Thank you. But he was the first person. He was the first person that all of us black folks saw on MTV that made this group of niggas walk to the Cheesecake Factory. I'm gonna try not to drop the N bomb. It's Saturday, y'all. It's Saturday. So ever since then, I was like, who is this dude and what does he do that all these people want to go just follow him and get some cheesecake? What is it? In the chat, can y'all tell me what it is about Puff that made him get people to walk to the Cheesecake Factory? Now, everybody being bougie. Girl, if he tried to take me to the Cheesecake Factory, Cheesecake Factory was the fire then. I don't want to say fire. It was cool. Now, Junior's, was it Junior's Cheesecake? It wasn't Cheesecake Factory. It was Junior's Cheesecake. Now, Junior's in New York is fire. I love Junior's Cheesecake in New York. It's, white man bag to die for. But yeah, we gonna go ahead and we gonna get on Puff first. Oh Lord Jesus. Big Jesus, protect and save me as I talk to these people about your servant, your faithful servant, Sean Puffy Combs. Protect me, Lord. Y'all know I gotta pray to Big Jesus. I always gotta pray to Big Jesus. If y'all didn't know, I'm gonna say this one time in the chat. One time I'm gonna say it to y'all. One time I'm gonna say it to y'all. If you don't pray to Big Jesus, you ain't praying to no Jesus. Hello. You praying to Jorge, not Jorge. What's his name? What's Jesus in Spanish? What's Jesus in Spanish? I can't remember. Jesus. You praying to Jesus. You ain't praying to Jesus. All right, so let me pull it up. I looked it up and you know, still stalling. You know, every time I think of these different lawsuits, right? I think I'm going to call this episode Cold Outside, too. I think I'm going to call this episode Cold Outside because you're about to see why I say that. All right, so I see in today's news, Cassie has filed a lawsuit, a $30 million lawsuit against Sean Puffy Combs. Now, before everybody starts to chime in on the conversation, whether you're watching this here live or whether you're watching this on a repost or whether you're watching this on a reel, listen, before y'all start throwing stones, look at your own hands. What's in your hand? Look at your hands. Have you done things right? Have you done everything properly? Just think about it. How many times have you slipped up? You had to pray to the Lord. You say, Jesus, you know what? I did something real nasty last night. It was nasty as nasty could be. It was fun. It was fun. But Lord, we did some nasty stuff last night. And I just want you to protect me. If I got to go to the clinic to get tested again for the third time this month. But Lord, if you just get me out of this one, I will never do this again in my life, Big Jesus. Right? I imagine Puffy saying some stuff like that. I do imagine. Okay. All right. I'm going to tighten up. Jennifer said, why are you trying to protect this man? I'm not trying to protect Puffy. I just want y'all to think about this before y'all. Just think about this before y'all just throw stones. Think before you throw stones. Puffy has been an outlaw. Yo, man, Yo, Puff has just been here servicing the community in Miami, New York, L.A., overseas, Sancho Pez. I think you got to put the Z on it, right? Sancho Pez or Sancho Pay. I know Jay-Z said Sancho Pay. He has been contributing to our society since 95. Biggie Smalls, Mace. And we're just going to disregard all of that work that this man has done with this one allocation. Yo, Timmy said you dying laughing. All right, look, all right, on some real stuff. All right, on a serious note. I will say protect black women. It's always gonna be protect black women. Val said contributed what? Val, I'm not messing with you today. I'm not messing. All right, but he has been a contributing member to society. And ever since, when was it? Listen, I can just reminisce, still stalling. I can still reminisce back when I first heard more money, more problems. Boom, 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 boom. Y'all remember that, right? Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Tom said you deflecting. I am deflecting. I'm okay. On a serious note, I do believe that there are probably, hey Crystal, I do believe there are probably some circumstances that Puff and there are some circumstances where Puff may have done some nasty stuff. We all did some nasty stuff. I'm just saying, listen, show me a man that's without blemish or wrinkle, and I will show you Jesus. But no, honestly, I do believe that there are some parts of what she put in the lawsuit. I do believe a lot of it. I ain't gonna lie. Because I think when certain people get to a certain level, you do get the God complex. Just let's be real. Let's be honest. I'm gonna bring it down. I do believe certain people get the God complex. I think that when it comes to how they treat people, how they feel like they're entitled to certain things, how they feel like, well, I could just buy this. If I just buy it off, then this just is what it is. That's part of my reason why I hate the culture that exists today. That's why I hate the culture that exists today. The culture that exists today is get money F-A-N, that B-A-ish, how many Rolexes you got, you ain't riding in this, you ain't got this, you ain't got that, look at you, you a bum. That's the culture that we live in today. So I feel like we've only cultivated that culture that, unfortunately, Puff and all of them started years ago. And now it's in everybody's house. Back then, think about it like this. All right, think about it like this. For real. Sniper says facts. I believe some of, yeah, you, exactly. So, I think the stuff that they did back then, think about it like this. All right, I'm not deflecting. I'm proving the point. So, all of the stuff they did in the 80s and the 70s, all our grandmama and all of them said, yeah, we were the happy people. We were on the mini buses and the little minivans and smoking and laying out in Woodstock and all of this stuff, right? They did that back in the day, and then it just progressed and got worse and worse and worse. But with the big drugs that people were doing, i.e. the cane, I don't like to say coke because it's, But back then with the coke and everything, it was only a specific group of people that could afford that. And if you could afford that, then you were with the in crowd. The issue that started, or the thing that happened is, I'm not going to say that the government dropped the drugs off in the hood, which I feel like they did. But I ain't going to say that the government dropped the drugs off in the hood. They did all of this and whatever, blah, 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 right? But I will say, when the 80s came up, I know somebody in my family that was on that crack rock, the crack rock, right? I had somebody in my family that was on that. Close to me, very close to me. I'm not going to put their name out there because I was told that your feelings are hurt. Your feelings were hurt because I talked about you being on the rock back in the day, and now you're a different person. I get it. Hold on. Matter of fact, for you, I'm going to give you this clap just because. Good for you for being a good human. All right. Now, but I think back then, it was just a certain group of people that could afford that. Now, everybody got everything. You got X, you got drugs, you got shrooms, you got weed, you got the lace weed, you got everything. So then I start to think about the group of people that I'm talking about, the Puffs. I don't want to put Dre in there. I don't want to. But Dre, the Quincy Joneses, all of the people that's in that ilk of musician, they talked about doing drugs like, oh yeah, that's just what we do. We just do drugs. Even the Cos, the black daddy of America, Bill Cosby. Y'all don't do this to Bill. Nah, Bill probably did some nasty stuff too. Everybody did something though. That's my point. But then the flip side of this is where I'm going with it. How many people were actually forced to be in these parties? How many people were forced to be in these parties? How many people were forced to do these drugs? How many people did the drugs because they wanted to be with the in crowd? How many people had sex and laid down with certain people because they just wanted to be affiliated? I want to be your arm candy. I want to be arm candy. You can afford the Prada. You can afford the. They were buying Gucci and stuff during Dapper Dan time. Yeah, you can afford this. You do this. Yeah, you a baller. You a boss. I want to be with you. I want to be with you. I want to be with you. She was a pick me. So I'm not saying that she deserved, and I'm talking about Cassie right now. I'm not saying that she deserved anything that she filed in the lawsuit, but I'm saying, think about it. How many people are actually forced to do stuff? Even on a minute level, the very minute level for us men, right? I remember when I had my 9-to-5, which was not that long ago. I remember when I had my 9-to-5, I had a few co-workers that I was working around, and all of them, well, I say a lot of them had the conversation of, woe is me, man. You know what? The man trying to put his foot on our neck. I can't get $1. These white folk, this and that. These niggas, that. Right? I heard it, and this is not just from black people. I heard this from white people. I never heard it from Asian. The Asians be bagged up, but I heard it. I heard the same conversation over and over. I can't afford this, man. Look at this. You see my check. They took this amount of taxes off my check. This, and this. And the only thing that's in the back of my mind is this. You could just quit. Just quit. Go get another job. Or start a business. Grow your business. Just quit. Just quit. I don't care how old you are. I'm big 40 years old. I'm big 40 now. I might be a little bit of a different case. But I'm big 40 and quit my good job. 2 months ago. So I made the decision to change some things because a few things I didn't like. Bro, they already. Exactly. They know what they're getting into. So I say that to say this. When I had my job and I started to pay attention, this is what I paid attention to. I noticed every time I got home, because I've been doing the podcast for 2 years. I've been doing the podcast for 2 years before I quit my job. I've been doing coaching calls for 5 years. Well, 3 years, 3 to 5 years. How are you gonna say it? About 5 years, I've been doing coaching calls, helping businesses with their branding. For 15 years, I've been a music producer. Professionally, not just in somebody's basement or somebody's backyard. Like, I've been doing it professionally for this long. And then I finally said, you know what? I don't like how my daughters look when I get home from work. I don't like that I'm tired every day that I get home from work. I don't like that I don't have time to spend with them when I get home from work. When I'm flipping a property, even though they're with me, I don't like the fact that I can't pay them no attention. What I'm going to do? I had to change it up. So I made a decision to quit the job. Just like Miss Cassie made the decision to be with Puff. That's where I'm going with this. She made the decision to be with him. Everybody, I'm sorry. Out of all we heard about Puff, and I'm not going to talk about some of the stuff that we've heard. Him wanting to take 50 on the shopping spree. I wouldn't do that for a man. And I would do that. I would do that for my little cousin. If it's my little cousin, or my dad, my granddaddy, I take him. Hey, man, what you want? What you want, bro? Let me take you to the store. But to ask another man, let me take you shopping. To say it like that, it's given. That's one thing, too. I don't want no fellas to say it's given in 2024. We're not saying that. Let the ladies have it's given. It's given. Nah, I can't feel like a real man and say it's given. I'm sorry. But for this context, he said, yeah, I want to take you. Let me take you. I'm going to take 50 Cent shopping. 50 said, hell nah, ain't no man gonna take me shopping. Send it to me, blood. But anyway, yeah, I'm before, because I'm known for jumping off on ledges. I'm known for jumping off on ledges and saying, protect black women, F this in, and jump off on the ledge. And then I'm like, oh, there's more to it. Never mind. Let me take it back. I'm known for jumping off on ledges. So, Cassie, do us a favor. Let us see some evidence. All y'all recording everything anyway. Y'all been recording everything for the past 15 years. Y'all ladies be mad resourceful. Yo, when we had beepers, y'all was recording. So I'm sure somebody got some footage of something that's happened for real. Let's see some footage. Let's see some evidence. And then I will make my F Diddy stance. But I'm sorry. This Diddy has contributed too much to the musical society of the United States of America for you to be. Next up. Oh, and I did decent. I did decent with that one. I was trying not to get on Puff. All right, next up. Yo, why y'all keep doing stuff? First it was Jada. And Jada saying, yo, I'm in love with Tupac. Like, Tupac been at the house for the last 30 years. First it was Jada. Then it's Will. All right, Will. Come to the stage. I hate that I have to bring Will to the stage. Y'all know that. Yeah. What is it? It's you know what? I know exactly what it is. It is an attack against the black professional musician and actor in the United States. It's an attack. They're trying to destroy our character. They are trying to destroy everything that we have built in these last 30 years. It is an attack against the black man of America. That's what it is. But Will, come to the stage, Will. Will got to come. Will, you got to come to the stage. All right, so Will Smith's ex, what is it? Let me see. Let me make sure I read it right. Will Smith's ex-bodyguard said he walked into a trailer and saw Will Smith doing some nasty stuff or getting some nasty stuff done to him. I'm censoring myself because I don't want to get blocked or shadow banned. Last time I got in this conversation, last time I had this type of conversation on TikTok, I went a little too far and they said, sit down. You got to sit down. TikTok jail. I don't want to be on TikTok jail because I actually love y'all. I love y'all, right? So Will Smith got caught getting some nasty stuff done to him. So allegedly, because I'm not gonna attack black men. You ain't gonna get me to attack these black men. I'm not gonna attack these black men. But anyway, so it says, Tommy said he did it. Will didn't do it. They said he got it done to him. It wasn't Will. It wasn't Will doing. It was getting done. But anyway. He said he walked in on Will Smith and Dwayne Martin getting it on. And I'm paraphrasing because I don't want to put it out there like that. But this is all right. These are a few questions. These are a few questions that I have. And I know everybody saw the Jada Pinkett Smith. They saw her on Breakfast Club saying that Will plans on taking legal action against the whole loss. They're doing a lawsuit, right? And it's a shakedown. It's a money shakedown and all this. This is the thing. This is what I was going to say. This is why I wanted to name this episode is Cold Outside. A lot of people do a lot of things when they're desperate. And the last time I checked, I've been talking about this the whole year. It is a recession for a certain group of people. Now I think it's a recession for a lot of people. They holding it together and they putting the highlights on Instagram. But behind the scenes, folks sweating. Like, yo, well, what? That's the only amount we made from these sponsors. Ain't nobody buying none of those Lululemon. They not buying Lululemon. Okay, what about Fashion Nova? They ain't buying no Fashion Nova either. Golly, what we gonna do? I'm gonna get some plastic surgery. I'm gonna just get plastic surgery and I'm gonna endorse the doctor. The doctor's got mad money. A lot of people do desperate stuff when it's cold outside. So I want to say this. I want the community. This is where I want the community to come on and stand up, come to the stage. And y'all know who I'm talking about. Tommy said, watch it. I'm going to watch it. I'm gonna watch it. But this is when I want the community to come to the stage and really embrace your brother. If that's the case, embrace your brother, right? How is it that we have been going back and forth with a certain group of people for the last couple of years, right? At least since Obama, I'll say that. Been going back and forth with the group of people, and they say it's discrimination, this, and that, and this, and that. And then news like this drops with Will Smith and Dwayne Martin. News like this drops, and then everybody's like, I can't believe it. That's nasty. Then, of course, the street dude's been like, yo, Will been soft since Hitch. Like, he been getting it in. So, my hood dudes know what time it's been. But how is it that it's such a big smack in the face now that this alleged situation has happened, which I think Tisha Arnold said something about this years ago. It's nothing new. But how is it that this is a big situation where everybody is inclusive? You can do what you want to do. You can do what you want to do. You can be with who you want to be with. I love this. I love this. I love you. I love this. We here, right? If we are really here, why is this such a big deal with Will and Dwayne Martin? Tell me that. Why the community ain't embracing and speaking up for this happening? I want to know. Is it different cases for different people? Is it because you're in a different financial bracket, then you deserve to get whatever comes to you? What is it? Y'all let me know. Tommy, y'all let me know, because I feel like that's the real code switching. For me, that's the real code switching, when people say, all right, you know what, that's Will Smith. Parents just don't understand. Summertime, nah, he can't. Nah, he can't be doing that. He can't be doing that to Jada, even though Jada been out here with August out saying that August said, you know what? They gave me my blessing. They gave me his blessing. He said, yo, I want you to be with my wife. And no, they're not. It's not a wife thing no more. It's a partnership. It's a partnership, right? Everybody been screaming. Even the hood girls will say, you know what? That's right. That's right. The city girl mentality. That's right. We can do what we feel like doing. We do what we feel, right? If we are indeed there, why is this such a big deal? And we're going to get to the money. We definitely going to talk about this money. But why is it a big deal? If y'all can answer me that question, I send you $5 on Cash App. Yo, everybody want that $5. Y'all thought I was going to say like 1,000 right now. I see you that $5 on Cash App. If you can tell me, why is it such a big deal for Will and Dwayne to be called out now? I think it's just the culture of gossip. Because the bodyguard came on the show and he said, yo, you will never believe what happened. Y'all got, again, it's cold outside. Think of this, and I want y'all to think about it like this. If you are in the position where you came from working with the Smiths, whether it's a bodyguard, whatever capacity you work for them under, bodyguard, chef, nanny for the kids, driver, booking agent, whatever you've done for the Smiths in the last 20 years roughly. If things start getting hard, are you going to pull up all the bad stuff that you probably found out about them? All them little secrets that's been in the house floating? And you say, you know what? I rock with y'all. I would never let this come out. I really do rock with y'all. Right? Or are you saying, yo, it's cold outside. I need to get paid? I think it's the latter. People out here, why haven't Cassie said nothing until now? And she married, and I bet you that husband was probably like, oh, you got that done to you? And she she probably told him too many stories and was like, yo, wait, he can't do that to you. You need to sue him. I feel like it's cold outside. It's cold outside. All right. Next up, I wanna float a little bit because I don't want to be too hard. Again, this is a Saturday pod, so let's have a little bit of fun. I'm gonna bring 3 Stacks to the stage. Will Andre 3000 come to the stage? Bring your ass right here, Andre 3000. Come on. All right, so no. All right, so if y'all did not know, let me do this because I like to, I like to have fun with this. Let's see. The last time, if you know it in the chat over here or on YouTube, if y'all know it in the chat, when was the last time Andre 3000 released some music? Not features. Not features. When was the last time Andre 3000 released some music? If you could tell me before I pull it up, then I'm going to send you 50. No, I think you can't send 50 cents. I'll send you $1 on Cash App. Let's see. All right. Last time he released, I'm looking it up. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm a little bit. This computer is mad slow. All right. I'm looking. All right. So the last time Andre 3000 released some music was in. Lord Jesus, I'm sorry. Was it the Grammy album? Was the Grammy album the last time he released music? Love Below, Speakers. Yeah. So Andre 3000 ain't released no full album since 03. So Dre. What's Dre? Dre is a Gemini, right? I think that's Gemini energy. It's Gemini and Scorpio energy, real talk. But he said, yo, we can't say it's given. Dre did his, okay. I got two sides of me that I'm responding to Andre 3000 for. I'm responding to him two different ways. As a record exec, or as a A&R, or as somebody that's helping put an album together, congratulations, Dre got us. Because, yo, I can see the streets. The streets have been talking about, yo, what if Andre 3000 released another album? Hey, what up? They say, yo, Andre 3000 gonna release another album. They probably been saying this for the last 20 years at least. Yo, top five. Who you got? So people in the barbershops. Well, I mean, you got to say Lil Wayne. Well, how you going to say Lil Wayne without 3 stacks? You got to put 3 stacks in them. Right? We've been doing that for the last 20 years. So the fact that Dre said, you know what? I don't want to rap no more. Y'all are on your own. I'm not going to rap. I'm going to play the flute. I love that energy. That's one of the most pettiest things Andre 3000 could do. Because the thing is this, everybody in the musical community has always looked up to Andre 3000 from the standpoint of being a dope entertainer, being jovial, being creative. He did Caroline. He did all that, right? Before Wayne was singing on the track, before Drake, before any of these rappers that's singing, before any of them, their lies, Andre 3000. So everybody's just like, yo, that's top five. Who you got your top 5? I got Nas, I got Jay-Z, I got so-and-so, I got Drake. How you ain't got no 3 stacks? Oh, yeah, you right. 3 stacks is a bad one. I got 3 stacks, Drake, right? We've been doing that for 20 years. For this man to come out with a flute album, petty man. I love it. All right. So, as a consumer, I will say I was a little bit disappointed. I was a little bit disappointed as a consumer because I was like, yeah, I want an Andre 3000 album and listen to him bar everybody underneath the table. And even with this album, I still felt like I had a little bit of hope that I bar too. I was like, I know he gonna sing or rap or something on at least one of these songs. He got to do something on one of these songs at least. Well, I'm going to play the Zelda music. Yo. All right. So the thing is this. From a consumer, I was a little bit disappointed because I was like, yo, what is he doing? Like, we've been waiting for years for Andre 3000 album, right? But then, after I started listening to the music, I'll get my xylophone ready. Y'all got jokes. Yo, pull the xylophone out, son. Pull it out. But the fact that he's able to do this, right? And this goes to my what are you contributing to the creative society, whether that's with music, whether that's with art, whether that's with acting. What are you contributing, right? From that standpoint, listen, I listen, yes, sir. Yeah, now I'm still hoping that it's a bar or something, like in one of them songs. Like, and he giving y'all 13-minute songs. Yo, Andre 3000 is giving us 13-minute songs. Oh yeah, this is a 12-minute song. Flute. Yo, I love it. That's petty energy. I love it. But then all right. So now I got that. The consumer side of me is out the way, right? Now I want to touch on the mental health side of me. And like the dude that was in my chat a few nights ago, a few people I've been doing coaching calls with, a few of the women or ladies that I've talked to as it relates to just getting themselves in a better mental space, I think about them now. If you sit down and listen to this album, what is it called? New Blue Sun. That's the name of the album. New Blue Sun. If you sit down and listen to this album and like actually listen to it, not listening to it because it's an Andre 3000 album, but listen to it from the perspective of what can I get from this album? If you ask me, that joint it's amazing. Because this is a few things that I've been looking at when it comes to social media, when it comes to different people's relationships, when it comes to how we view music, even how we view music. I think since I'm gonna say maybe 2000, probably 2000. Nah, I'm gonna say 2013, 2012, right around that time period. Ever since then, a lot of people have started to adjust their concept of what music is. And they start saying, okay, well, yeah, even with me playing the piano, playing the bass guitar, playing the organ, and you got to use your feet to play the organ, but playing the organ, playing the drums, I don't play no wind, no woodwind, or none of those instruments. But being that I can play all of this stuff and sample and do the drum beats and all this stuff, right, on the computer, like track it out, sequence it. For all of that to be minimized to, oh yeah, you make beats, it's a slap in the face. It does feel like a slap in the face because it's like, yo, I have a degree. I get in my white version of me when I get into this bag. I have a degree in classical studies. I know music theory. I can tell a vocalist, this is you're singing in the middle C. Matter of fact, that might be an enharmonic note. The enharmonic note would be when one note has two names, like F sharp and G flat. Enharmonic, right? I could get in that bag. That's my music theory bag. So for all of that I know, and now having the branding underneath my belt and having all the other things underneath. Oh, let me do this. My bad. I should have did this. I know better than to have my bad. But for me to have all this stuff underneath my belt, branding, music theory, coaching calls, coach people through the song, coach people through their branding, how to post on social media. Because like for me to have all of this stuff underneath my belt and be minimized to a beat maker is a slap in the face. It's a slap in the face. So for Andre 3000 to do a flute album, a jazz flute album at that, I don't want to talk about the flute. I don't want to tell you what I think about the flute. I would just leave that there. But for him to blowing on the flute, I'm going to get serious. He is blowing on the flute, though, y'all. Come on. He is. Yo, Angie, he blowing on the flute. All right. 3 Stacks. I love you, 3 Stacks. 3 Stacks. I would love for you to come on the podcast and we have a conversation. I am going to joke because you're blowing on the flute. But anyway, for him to have the idea, you know what? I'm going to just pick up the flute and I'm going to just start playing it. Like I've even heard for the last couple of years that Dre has been in L.A., in the streets of L.A., walking around blowing the flute. And people are looking like, was that Andre 3000 blowing the flute? That's That's great content. Just think about that. If you walking around LA or New York, because I think they said he was in New York too, you see Andre 3000 and you like, yo, is that Andre 3000 Outcast? And you about to fan out. You like, oh my God, yo, that is Dre, that's Dre. And Dre does this. It's me. What's up? How you doing? How you doing? Come on now. That's great content. It's like people seeing a woolly mammoth for the first time. Or people spotting Bigfoot. It's dope. It's a dope concept. So now for that to materialize into an album, I love it. Now the other side of it, because I could talk about this album for like hours for real. But the other side of it is this. Sit and look at the relationships. This is where I started. Sit and look at the relationships where people are in, right? Think about the content that we're constantly putting in our bodies. Shade Room, Baller Alert, all the nasty podcasts, all of the podcasts like, yo, dudes, yo, that nigga ain't ish, this ain't whatever. Don't F with him. Then the dude's like, yo, that broad ain't nothing. She belongs to the streets. And then you like, yo, you don't take care of your kids. You don't do this. And then you like, yo, I just stole this car. I just came up. Look at this bag. Then we got all of this stuff. This is what's going on in social media. This is how I'm looking at it. All of this stuff going on in social media. What is the soundtrack to that? What has been the soundtrack to that for the last 10 years, at least 10, maybe longer? What's been the soundtrack to that? The soundtrack to all of this foolishness that's going on right now has been, yo, get paid young, which I loved off, y'all. When it comes to hood records, I love them joints. But just like anything else, I look at those records as the candy. You shouldn't eat that stuff every day. You're gonna be walking around with 2 teeth. Do you want to walk around with 2 teeth? I know I don't. I like to smile. So I think about those records. Even as much as I love Beyonce, I know the Beehive might get on me. MF Doom was good with I sent you the MF Doom track. Okay. I'm gonna look it up. I think you got my number. Text me your email that you sent it from. And then I'll make sure I look at it after I get off the live. All right. But I even think about people like Beyonce. As dope as she is, how much has she contributed to our musical society that feeds our mental in a good way? How many relationships has she pushed together? Just like a Ron Isley or Al Green. Right? Sniper says she has broken relationships. Exactly. That's my point. Even think about, because I don't just want to land on the girls. I don't want to just land on them. You think about Moneybagg Yo. Well, this is the thing, and this is why what Andre 3000 is such a big caveat when it comes to the musical contributions. You think about all of us fellas. Most of us fellas is just like, yo, I got to get a bag. And that's reflecting in the music as well as life. Everybody just got to get a bag. Yo, I'm going to post. I don't care that it is nasty and it's degrading and it make you feel a certain way and you feel depressed after I posted this. I'm going to still post it. I posted. Guess what? I just got some clicks. That clicks transferred over to some money. I just got paid. Wendy Williams was one of the first people I feel like fed the machine. She fed the machine. She had those people on the show. Maury Povich was another one. Just fed the machine. I don't care how you look on camera, long as I get paid from these views. Long as you keep sharing what I got going on, I don't care how you look. That's why if you pay attention to a lot of the stuff that I post, I want you to think about some stuff. Like just honestly sit and take a second to think. Andre 3000's album is the soundtrack to that. He is making people slow down, sit your happy ass down. Kurt Franklin, sit your happy ass down and just think about some stuff. Like, think about it. Do you really have to have a Cullinan right now? It's a real recession in these streets. Do you need a Cullinan? Okay, if you need it. Uncle Steve, I love Uncle Steve like the best of them. And he is doing a lot of good stuff for the community, right? When I say the community, like the real community, like not the community, but the community, like, but y'all get it. he's doing a lot of good stuff. But then when I think about his offsprings, while Laurie out here getting I gotta calm it down. All right. Laurie is out here getting community D. Let's just say it like that. Let's be real. Keep it 100%. Laurie Harvey is out here, and she ain't even blood. So anyway, that's a whole nother conversation. But she out here getting community D. She getting D'd down. You want some of this? Okay. You get, I'm going to call her Community P. She is the Community P in Hollywood. She's been verified. Blue stamp. Right? She's feeding what part of the culture? What culture is she feeding? Oh, girl, you know what? You better get yours while you can. I don't like it. So, salute to Andre 3000 for making everybody sit their ass down and listen to some music. I love it. All right, next up. And I'm about to get to the money. Hold up. We 46 cents. So I need to start wrapping it up soon. Also, if y'all got anything in the chat that y'all want to talk about, please put it in there and we can chop it up. I will still, for all of my lucrative community members, make sure y'all get me we'll talk about that at the end. So we want to bring Mr. Terrence Howard to the stage. I love Terrence Howard. Terrence Howard has been one of those people's career that I've followed for a very long time because I like Terrence Howard. Seems like he's one of those people that just does what he feels like doing. He is an Andre 3000. He might be a Gemini. That'd be funny. Hold on, let me look this up. If Terrence Howard is a Gemini, that's funny. Let me look that up. Let me look it up. And if that is the case, then y'all got some sign. All right. Oh, he's a Pisces. Okay. All right, he's a Pisces. Okay. I don't even know what that means. And he has a PhD. Terrence Howard was a smart dude, for real. So, I'm going to play this clip, and then I'm going to talk about it for a little bit because I think, as it relates to my platform, y'all all know, if you don't know by now, I'm going to always push musicians to be what? Independent. Also, I ain't going to say be independent and dumb. I'm going to say be independent and be willing to partner with other companies. I always coach all of my people to do that. So, this kind of feeds that part of the machine. So, check it out. This Terrence Howard talking about...
Get rid of the unions. SAG has done nothing.
So, this Terrence Howard talking about his career so far with the film production studios and SAG, right? By the way, I think they just reached some type of agreement. So shouts out to everybody. I got a lot of acting friends. That's a part of the SAG Association, and it's been real for them. It's been real for a lot of them. So, shouts out to y'all for being able to get back to work. Even in that, it's nasty. But all right, check it out.
Get rid of the unions. SAG has done nothing. Check this out. I made $12,000 for doing Hustle and Flow. And then on top of it, what Paramount did, instead of putting my name as Terrence Howard performing the songs, they put performed by DJ. Well, they own DJ. So guess what? The performance royalties went to Paramount. Wait a minute. They didn't go to Terrence Howard. They went to $12,000. That's all I ever made from Hustle and Flow. Everything else went right back into Paramount. So now I got to sue Paramount or send them a letter.
Are you serious?
I got to send them a letter to say, hey, you guys owe me about 20 years worth of residuals and performance royalties. But I didn't know. I was just trying to pay my rent then. I made $6,000 doing Crash. Crash didn't...
I remember the movie Crash. Yes, that's right. That's right.
The business don't pay actors anything. That's why the strike is going on. Actors are struggling.
As you and I were kind of joking earlier, it's hard out here for a pimp.
Yeah, it is hard, unless you do it right.
Listen. Shouts out to Terrence Howard. I know a lot of people in the music business and the entertainment business as far as like film and television. A lot of people feel like they have to do that fake it till you make it thing. I'm always gonna preach against that. I'm always gonna preach against that. That fake it till you make it thing is weird. I don't like it. Think about it like this. You say, sniper, you down says that publishing game crazy. Yes, it is. Indeed it is. But think about it like this. All right. So what Terrence Howard just said was y'all heard it. He made $12,000 for doing Hustle and Flow, and he's got no residuals since then because the film studio labeled him in the credits as DJ and not Terrence Howard. So who owns DJ? Whoever wrote the script. Who owns the script? The production company. So guess what? The production company was able to keep all of the publishing money from then all the way to now, current day. I don't know how old Hustle and Flow was. Let me look it up. I don't know how old that is. Let me see right quick. All right, so Hustle and Flow came out in 2005. Movie came out in 2005. He still ain't got no residuals. Think about that. Now, for all of my people that got regular jobs, just leave the building. This conversation ain't for your ass. Get out. Go. You will never understand what this is, right? Let me see. Sniper You Down says, I'm sorry, I can't even read that, dog. The words is like that little. My bad. I'm gonna figure out a way to get the TikTok feed on the TV so it's bigger because I got astigmatism right here and I'm nearsighted in this eye. I'm all effed up. But all right, so Terrence Howard said he made $12,000. Let's just do the numbers. And for all my regular people, I'm gonna break it down for y'all too, from the kindergarten level. I'm gonna break it down for y'all too. Why it's important. I'm gonna break that down for y'all too. All right, so Terrence Howard said he made $12,000 for Hustle and Flow. We're gonna put that down there. He made $12,000 for Hustle and Flow. The production company labeled him, or he's listed as an actor or a performer on Hustle and Flow as DJ. Terrence Howard's name is Terrence Howard. His name ain't DJ. The name of the character that he played on the movie was who? DJ. So there that goes. So if the name of the character is DJ and his name is Terrence Howard, when it's time to cut a check, the IRS is going to pay whoever DJ is, but DJ is not a real person. He's a fictional character that the film studio put together. So who's going to get paid? The production studio. Voila. That's the one part right there, right? Now, the reason why it's important for actors, musicians, anybody that's in the creative space to get residual income is because guess what? We don't have 401k plans. Well, I got one. But the average person that's in the music community or the acting community, they don't have 401k plans. So the closest thing we could get to that is an IRA. But guess what? You got to feed the IRA for you to be able to get some residuals on the back end, right? How you feed it, if you only land one movie per year. And one movie per year is a lot. One movie per year is a lot. And I'm saying movie, not like your homeboy movie, like that go on YouTube. Like, I love YouTube movies, Tubi movies. What's up? I love those movies too, right? Well, not Tubi so much, but the good ones, right? I love that too. But think about it. If you only made $12,000, and you get one movie for the whole year, that's what? $1,000 per month. How you able to live off $1,000 per month? How, Sway? You can't. Well, you probably could if you was a bum. If you was a bum and you trying to like collect some benefits from somewhere else, you could technically. But that's $1,000 a month. You can't live off of that. So what's the next thing? You need to be able to feed some type of retirement plan so when you turn 50, 60, whatever, you got some money that you could go to. Because everybody get old. That's the actor's retirement plan right there. The residual income that they get from these movies, that's the retirement plan. So that's why it's important for you to be able to collect money on the back end. But if you got a big ass greedy production company that want to maintain all rights and you would just work for hire and You performed the song. You may have even written or wrote. Which one is it? All my school teachers, Tracy, is it written or wrote? Is it written or wrote? If you have all of these songs and stuff underneath your belt, and you actually contributed to the film as a writer, you deserve to get paid residual income as a writer. The fact that they did that to him proves my point on why I think all independent artists should always stay independent. I don't care if you're an actor. If you're an actor, I'm gonna be real. I don't know how many people watch the pod this with SAG-AFTRA, right? If you are, what up? Hey, welcome, right? But why would you ever sign to a society like a SAG-AFTRA if they can blackball you or limit your supply of film or commercials? Why would you sign to them if you can't, if they can say, you know what, we sitting down, nobody getting no work, strike, it's a strike. Why would you do that? And you need to work wherein you can actually get subbed out as a subcontractor, go get the work whenever you're ready to get the work, put the money in the IRA, and keep collecting. Control your own destiny. Control your own destiny. You shouldn't have to wait for somebody to say, all right, it's okay for you to get paid now. Here you go. You can get paid. There you go. Oh, you did that? You just said, if anything that you do in life can be cut off, if the water could be cut off from you saying, you know what, I said this and I'm going to stand by it. Oh, you said that and you stand by it? Okay, cool. Here you go. Thank you. Now let me know when you're ready to get right. Let me know when you're ready to act right. Then I'll give you your money back. And think about it like this. All right, so if he made $12,000 off of Hustle and Flow. Hustle and Flow at the box office right now, current day, has made $23 million. Hustle and Flow made $23 million. And then guess what? Without Terrence Howard, there would be no Hustle and Flow. What's the word I'm looking for? Synonymous? It's all one. How is it possible for it to be a productive movie without Taraji, without Anthony Anderson? It would be no Hustle and Flow. So why is it that he only got $12,000 one time if the movie made $23 million? Do the math. Let's just do the math for real. So all of my regular people that got regular 9-to-5s, I know where you're coming from. I just had my 9-to-5. I'm with you 100%. But certain conversations, if you don't understand, ask questions. And if you don't want to ask questions, just stay out the conversation. Just stay out the conversation because this is a big deal. This is a really, really big deal. So the fact that he was able to be transparent and vulnerable enough on the interview, a lot of the times I think people misunderstand us men, right? And I'm about to wrap up. A lot of the times people misunderstand us men from the standpoint of, well, you should be strong. You should always know what the business is. You should, you, right? But you forget the hustle part of it. The Terrence Howard that we see today had to start somewhere, right? Unfortunately, I feel like that's the normal practice of the entertainment business. Who's going to change it? Who's going to change it? That's the normal practice. I'm going to get you to sign off on this paperwork, and I'm going to pressure you to sign off on this paperwork, and I'm going to remind you of how good of this is a good situation now. This is a big deal for you. You need to go ahead and sign off on this. All right, if you don't sign off on this, what you going to do now? What you going to do next? This is your only opportunity. This is your only chance to get something done. This is your first shot, right? Everybody in the music business and the entertainment business sells the same story. Who's going to change it? Who's going to change it? I tell you who will be striving to change it, who will be putting forth a lot of effort to change it? Me. Right? Because I don't like seeing people get used. I don't like seeing people being abused, right? Whether that's from the lady standpoint. And I got to talk about the Kiki thing again this week. It's something about ending on that. I hate ending on that. And it's a weekend pod, so whatever. But if don't nobody put forth effort to change the scape of how the business does business, then it's going to be the same and you're going to keep getting jacked. I had a funny one right there, but I'm not going to say it. It was right there. It was what I was about to say. But if don't nobody change it, it's just going to be normal business practices. And if something is normal business practices, then that becomes the standard. If it's normal business practices, then it's going to become the standard. Think about it like that. Sniper, what you say? Interesting that. If you got anything in the super chats, please post it in the super chats. I'm going to scroll up. I'm going to look at y'all in a minute. All right. But if y'all got anything in the super chats, go ahead and say it, post it, and we'll respond. I'll talk back and forth. Sniper You Down says, interesting that when people make it, then they become gatekeepers. Oh. Then become a part of the machine. So okay, Sniper You Down. I'm gonna re-say it because I might make this a clip, and that's a dope clip. So I'm gonna say Sniper You Down says it's interesting that when people make it, they become gatekeepers and then they become a part of the machine. That's a hard one. This is the thing. I'm one of those believers that say when you do make it, you become more of what you already were. I do believe that. Just like my man Sean Puffy Combs, he probably was already nasty. He was already doing nasty stuff with nasty people. But when he got the bread, when he got the bread, it's just like, oh, you know what? I can afford this. Instead of getting Keisha from the corner to come do this nasty stuff, I'm going to get Cassie to come do it. Ryan, I got you, just sign her to me. And I'm a low. In the back of his brain, he was like, I'm going to wife her up. We going to have some good songs. She already got a hit single. She's beautiful. I'm going to use her up. If that wasn't Puff's thinking, then, great. If that was not his thinking, then great. But I believe the bread made him more of what he already was. Just like a lot of people would like to get on Leo Cohen. Dame Dash, y'all notice I be trying to stay away from certain names. So I know my position. My numbers is like right here. So I don't want to kill any possibilities for my future. But it's certain names like the Cohen family I try to stay away from because it's like, okay. Although I don't think that anything that Dame is saying is false. When I say Dame, I'm talking about Dame Dash. I don't think anything that Dame Dash has said in any of these interviews is false allegations. I feel like the majority of what Dame said is probably right. But what's happened is this. Who controls the business? And I'm skating real light. But who controls the business? Who controls the narrative? Whoever can put as much stuff out as possible controls the narrative. Oh, yeah, well, you going to say that? Oh, you said that on your... I'm going to let y'all pick up on who the dialect is. You going to say that you're going to say that on your pod? On so-and-so? You going to go and drink champs and say that? Okay, fine. You know what? I own so-and-so. You know what? Kill it. It's dead. And I'm going to go over there myself and I'm going to talk. And then when I talk, people listen. And I control the narrative. That's what I think. I think that's where we are. I'm not going to say no. Let me it starts with a J. It starts with the J. I'm not going to say J. I'm not going to say none of the J's. I keep my mouth off of all of the J's. If it's a J, if it's any word that starts with the J as it relates to owning stuff, you know what? I'm out of it. Junkies, Jay-Z, the other J. Hey, I keep my name off of all of the J's. I'm going to just say this. I do believe that there will always be a certain group of individuals that control the narrative. Where we contribute as as it relates to us in the creative community, I feel like where we contribute our artists, our artistic contributions, I feel like we control the narrative from numbers. Now it's up to us to maintain. It's up to us to maintain the ownership of it after we've built it. Cause I know a lot of people, even like me. I ain't gonna lie. I'd be 100% honest. I want to get a bag from podding at some point. I got a bag from music. I plan on getting a bag from podcasting at some point. My thing is gonna be at what cost? At what cost? And when I get there, I'm gonna have to make the decision. I'm gonna have to make the decision and say, all right, I'm gonna have to do this like this and do this like this. I'm gonna have to get in bed with this company. I'm gonna have to do this with these people. It exists. It's one of them things. But that's when it's like, all right, you got to figure out. You got to figure out what makes sense. If it makes sense, do the deal. If you can control and maintain ownership without your narrative being spun in a nasty way, so be it. Even, and I'm gonna get off of it. What do I think about Prime? I don't know what happened with Prime. What happened with Prime? I don't know what you're talking about. Put it in the chat. Let me know what you're talking about. I don't understand. But when it comes to your narrative being spun, I think we've seen plenty of examples of an artist's narrative being spun in a weird way. And then they go up, they come and do this. Oh, you know what? Oh, you just said that? Man, I hate that you said that. It's going to cost you XYZ. And then that cost of XYZ comes in the form of you can't do no tours. You can't do no tours. You can't make no money. You can't pay no bills. You got to start downsizing. Right? Perfect example, the baby. It happened to him. I'm surprised that it did not happen to somebody like 50 Cent. I'm really surprised because 50 has said some stuff to some people and pissed a lot of people off. But he's maintained his posture through the whole thing. I love it. But I think that's a perfect example. 50 is one of the first people I've seen go to a production company and say, all right, look, I want y'all to pick my show up and I want this kind of money. They say, I don't know if we believe you. Like, I don't know how I'm me and I want this kind of money when it comes to this production. He came on Power. Stars gave him the money for Power. He said, all right, I'm going to have all these actors come over here and do this. They do the movie. It's a hit. Bam. He already had renewed for the next season with Power with Stars. But he got online and said, you know what? These mugs don't want to pay me no bread. F Stars. I'm going to take my show somewhere else. Internet go crazy. Boost the bag. Season 2. He does it again. If notice, every time 50 Cent does something, he's a great agitator. He's mastered agitating the environment to get what he wants. That's a good example of how to use the powers that be and put them into submission where they have to rock with your campaign. They have no choice but to do what you tell them what you want. All right? Let's see, sniper you down, but the baby, hey. And see, that's the thing. I feel like certain people, if they don't have the right infrastructure behind their stuff, oh, my bad. For everybody on YouTube, I'm sorry, y'all don't be seeing chats. I got to figure out a way to do this. Everybody from super chats need to be seeing TikTok, and everybody from TikTok need to be seeing YouTube. Like, we gonna get there. But so he said, Sniper You Down said, when the baby tried to do it, they got him. This is the thing. If you build your platform off of somebody else's money, when they take the money, you ain't got no platform. Now, the bad part is this. Bad and ironic part is, if you notice, everybody that's heavy hitters in the business came from the drug game or came from the streets. Why is that? I think it's something that happens with a dope dealer or anybody that comes from the street. It's something that happens when you have to really, literally get rich or die trying. When you in the streets and you literally have to, you got to make this work. If this don't work, your family don't eat. People start dying. You got to get it. You got to get it. It's something that happens to the mentality of a person like that. I'm one of them people. I ain't never served nothing. I'm not him. But when it comes to hard times and living through hard times and having to build a business through hard times, it's something that happens to people like us. When you say, you know what? I know you just promised me 10 million, but you're going to take the 10 million? All right, cool, whatever. It's something about it. When you're used to living off of oodles and noodles and tuna out the can and the spam and frying the spam up with the bologna, when you're used to it and somebody drop a $10 million bag in your hand, you be like, yo, this is dope. I appreciate the bag. This is cool. Look, the bag is pretty. I could go buy me a Lamborghini. I can go buy me a few houses with this. This is cool. I like it. Are you going to take it? You going to take it? All right, cool. Here you go. It's something. It's something about the mentality. And that's why I think with the young kids, they don't understand it. They won't understand it because their parents are us. I know I said that wrong. Their parents, we are the parents of those kids. So they won't know how it is to live through something that's super, super hard. Living on the cot. They don't know what that feels like. So, yo, as much as I hate for people to go through hard times, it builds a certain type of character. So when the powers that be drop a bag in your hand, you don't over-exaggerate the bag and start worshiping the bag. And, oh, my God, oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. And you on your knees, you thanking them so much for the bag, wherein they say, you know what, since I gave you this bag, I want you to do this little commercial. That commercial might be promoting something that's terrible for your community. Or this record that was sent to you by this producer that says, F all these people, F your marriages, F your women, F this, and that. You ain't going to do it because you like, man, I love this bag. I could go ahead and put it in there one time. Now that one time turned into 10 years worth of the same content. That 10 years worth of content fed the community to do what? What did it do? That's my take on all of this stuff, yo. So, independence is the way. Independence is the way. Prime Video went up. Okay. I don't really care about Prime Video going up. What do you rate this Andre 3000 album? Yo, you know what? If I had to rate the Andre 3000 album, I would give that joint probably a 10. If it's a 1 out of 10, I give it a 10. If it's 1 out of 5, I'll give it a 5. Just because who else has done it? When anybody could come on a record and just be vulnerable enough through the process of learning. Because let's be real, Andre 3000 is not George Dukes. Andre 3000 is not Fax Dominoes. And some of y'all probably don't even know who this is, right? Let's see. Andre 3000 is not Ray Charles. He's not a master of like instruments. He decided to do something and he's vulnerable enough to put his art out. I respect that. Anybody that could do that, I respect it. Even if you're hitting the same notes over and over, like, I respect it. Let's see. But Terrence Howard is doing great now. Yeah, I know that. All right. How is it possible for a production studio to hold someone's publishing? That's a good question. It's possible for them to hold somebody's publishing when they own it. When they own something, and when I say own it, I'm not talking about so everybody heard the Terrence Howard post. It's the Terrence Howard post, right? They own the rights to DJ. Now, this is the thing. The production house, whoever did the show, matter of fact, I can look it up for y'all for conversational purposes. Hustle and Flow. All right, so the production house that did Hustle and Flow was, I think, Paramount. I'm looking it up now, though. And this was towards the beginning of his career, so you got to really think about it like that, too. So, Hustle and Flow was 03. Where we at? 03, 03, 03. I'm sorry, y'all. I be hating dead spaces in podcasts. I'm looking it up. I can't find it. Where is it at? Hustle and Flow was 03. I think it's Paramount. I think it was Paramount. So what happens is this. I'm going to just use a blanket example just for this purpose. So let's say you go do a movie, right? Let's say you're an artist. You're an artist specifically, and you're a singer. You go do a movie. You get cast in the movie as a singer, right? And you're a singer. So they cast you in the movie as a singer. Universal does it. And they say, all right, for you being cast as an actor, although you're singing, we cast you in this movie as an actor. We're going to pay you, let's give it an inflation hike. We're going to pay you $20,000 to do a movie that's like an hour, 30 minutes long, right? We're going to pay you $20,000. But you're cast as an actor, but you sing. Keep that in the mind, in your brain right now, right? Keep that in your brain. You're cast as an actor in the movie, but you sing. So you say, all right, great. So you start shooting the film. You're shooting the film. You do this, do this, do this, do this. And they say, oh, my God, that was great. And you actually sung a little bit towards the end of that shot. Can you sing a little bit more? And you're the singer, right? You naturally sing, but you didn't get hired as a singer. You got hired as an actor. So you say, well, can you sing a little bit on the end of this scene? You say, yeah. So you're going to go in. Because this your big shot. This your big shot. This everybody coming up to you. Oh my God, girl, you got that voice, girl. Dude, yo, the way you were singing, them must say, oh my God, I felt the spirit, right? So now, since you've done that on set, the production house says, you know what? I think we do want you to actually sing on this scene. So meet us in the studio. We're gonna have you do some voiceovers. We're gonna reshoot the scene with you actually singing, and then we're gonna put this in a movie. And you are the singer. So you're like, oh, thank you. Oh, my God. Thank you for the opportunity. Oh, my God. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So you're going to go in that movie. You're going to give it your all. You're going to sing. You're going to be the best at what you do, right? But keep in mind, on your paperwork, you're hired as what? The actor. You're not a singer. They hired you as an actor. So the production house says, well, you know what? Let's say your name is Katie in real life. Your name is Katie in real life, but they call you Angelina. You're Angelina on the movie, but your name is Katie in real life. In the movie, when it comes to the credits, they're gonna say Angelina sung by Angelina. And you're gonna be like, yeah, that's me. I did that movie. I did that role. And you're gonna be happy that you got the opportunity. But being that you got hired as an actor, that singing that you did in that movie ain't got nothing to do with your paperwork. They're singing, you just gave them a free song, my guy, my girl. You gave them a free song, and you performed it in the movie that's now going to be seen by millions of people. And you gave it to them for free because it was not in the paperwork. What I would suggest for every actor moving forward to do, if you are a singer / actor / songwriter / whatever, make sure that you have some type of contingency in your paperwork where if you do something outside of what you're hired to do, you get paid for it. I.e., Terrence Howard's song, It's Hard Out Here for a Pimp. And, right? He raps and he's DJing the movie. But in his paperwork, he should have had a contingency where if Terrence Howard, the actor, the man, Terrence Howard, the actor, performed anything outside of the duties that he's hired for, he gets some compensation for it. That's what should have happened. So any actors that watch this part of the podcast, put that in your paperwork. You need those contingencies. You got to have it, because if not, you're going to be out there rapping. They're going to be like, oh, somebody going to be coming from the trailer. They're going to hear you rapping and say, yo, that's hard. You should do that on set. You're going to do it on set. All the producers, all the assistant producers, yo, that was dope. They gonna stand and give you a clapping ovation. Yo, meet us in the studio when we start doing post-production. You gotta do that. That was, you added to. Only reason I know this is because my wife and I and our band was in a movie. This was 2019. I think 2019 was the movie. But Kelsey Grammer was the producer for the movie. Kelsey Grammer was the producer for the movie. It was based in the 60s. So my wife and the band and us, all of us were in this one shot. And the production studio that hired us, I think we were getting paid like, I think $700 a day, something like that. $700 for the day. Good money, but it's an opportunity. They sent the production house sent us the songs. They sent us the songs for us to perform. We learned the songs, and then when we got on set, we were just airplaying. We airplaying because guess what? Paperwork. The production house only paid to license those 2 songs for the movie. Anything extra that we did, we would have just been giving them stuff for free. What happened? Being that we're real musicians, being that my wife is a real singer, once they yell cut, and we are still in the middle of playing a little bit, they're like, yo, you actually sound good. We're going to set some mics up. Set some mics up, and we want to get a little bit of action shot. We want y'all to perform, and we're going to put this at the end of the movie. Guess what? That wasn't in the paperwork. We're going to put this on the rolling credits. Your wife singing, oh my God, she sung so good. You sound just like the song. We're going to put this on rolling credits. We ain't get paid for that. I speak from experience. Whenever y'all hear me talking, I'm talking from this is what I've done in life, and this is the lesson that I've learned. All right, so yo, I don't see no more super chats. Hopefully y'all have a wonderful weekend. Hopefully nothing crazy goes on. Live life, yo. Yo, y'all live life. Enjoy the week or weekend. Enjoy the weekend, yo. Do something dope. Go have some ice cream or something. Go have some ice cream at the Cheesecake Factory with your loved ones. And then hopefully you think about Will Smith. I see y'all next Tuesday, next Wednesday, y'all. All right. Peace.